Okay, trade review today, February 4th, Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and start the live feed here. I actually was recording in real time this morning, but the microphone was not turned on, so that doesn't do anybody any good. So I'm just going to kind of commentate post-recording and show you kind of what was going on. So today started, I took a pre-market open trade here. You can see it's at 925-ish, 924 that I took this trade. I don't usually like trading this close to the open. I usually like to try to stay out 10 to 15 minutes before and after 9:30 open. But this one looked pretty good. There was a lot of resistance up there, and the EMAs came down, and everything was kind of converging. We kind of had a little bit of up and down action, and which I think I can still show you a little up and down action here. So I was trying to play that. There was just a lot of reason to believe this was going to go to the downside, and I thought if it moved quickly enough that I could get it in before the market opened, and boom, it did. Before the market opened, 926, 927, I was able to get that first trade done. So then I'll mark it up, and I also mark the resistance area so you can kind of see what I was seeing. The price keep coming off and bouncing off that area. And it was a previous downtrend, so and I tried to capture the movement. It was moving pretty good through the open. I was just trying to capture some of this market open. It's 9:34 at this point, so the market's been open for 4 minutes, just to kind of see the chaotic movement of the market. But when I was capturing this, it wasn't as kind of chaotic as it can be. You can see a lot of candles are happening really fast, and it's very difficult to make these trades. A lot of times they still work. Like this one looks like it could be to downside. Lots of resistance up there, reversals, but I wouldn't trust it, and it didn't. There's just too much of a movement there, too much going on, too fast to really make any real big decisions. I just tried to capture this a little bit so that you could see how fast it moves during the first 10 to 15 minutes during the open. But then I looked away for a little bit. There we are. It looks like 10 after 10. I was looking to go long here as a bounce off the EMA. Trying to look for a bounce off of this yellow EMA here. If I remember right, this trade is not set up. I think it continues to go down, and I ended up having to cancel the trade. But I put the recording on anyway just to make sure if the trade did trigger, I wanted to make sure I captured the entry. But I'm pretty sure this continues down. I don't think this was a trade. Yeah. So then I'll go in and I'll remove this because there's no longer a trade set up there. And then we move on to the next one. Looking at the resistance area up in here, looking to go short, and it did. That candle turned right as I put the trade on, so I got a little bit more slippage than I would have liked. Highlighted the area of resistance. And we had a loser. So that one was a loser. Happens. And honestly, it wasn't a super solid trade. It had 3 touches up there at that resistance. It was pretty good. I mean, I had no reason to believe that it wouldn't, and honestly, in hindsight, it wouldn't. Would this have been better if this resistance happened across the control EMA up here? Certainly. This one was a lot better. I felt a lot better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches along this line of resistance up here. Not a lot of separation, but definitely it tried to break through a couple times and never could. Usually means it could run down. It's up against these EMAs here, which are all kind of bunched together, but the slower EMA is way down here. Looks like I've got enough room to run, at least down to this point if I needed to. This one gave me a little bit of a scare because it continued to push up. That one was a loser too. Oh, but then I got right back in. That's right, because I was pretty solid that I really needed the stop to be a little higher than I had it, but I don't like to move my stop very often because that just gets people in trouble and you end up losing more anyway. And then it ultimately did go in the direction I expected it to. So I was playing the same move again in this whole area, this area of resistance here. I was playing again, even though it came up a little bit more and tested it, got through a little bit more. It did. And then this one again, I'm playing off the bottom. Look at all this down here. There's a lot of resistance up here, a lot of support down here. Trying to play the up angle on this one. I don't normally like to trade this close together, but that one worked out too. So at this point, I'm 3 wins and 2 losses. I just need one more win to make my 2 net wins. I never had 2 net losses. I was 1 win and 2 losses at one point, but if I would have lost this trade right here, I would have quit for the day and just been down with a red day. Here I'm highlighting the different areas of resistance and support that were down here that I was playing off of. And here for the last trade of the day, this one I'm playing this up action, crossed over the EMAs, had a little bit of a pullback, long tail, touched the white EMA, playing the move, continuation up, expecting it to try and test this area of resistance up here. Again, this is all real-time speed. I was recording it in real time and speaking. I just had the microphone off, so I'm just trying to dub over the audio and give you a little bit of the analysis as the day progressed. And just to speed up things a little bit here, I think it bounces around a few times actually. Yeah. And then does finally start to make a move up. Had a lot of slippage today too. A lot of it in my favor. A lot of the wins ended up with 11 ticks, which helped make it a better day in the long run. And that one was a winner. So then as I mark that as the winner, 4 wins, 2 losses, makes me 6 and 2 on the week. And then here you can see this definitely was, this is Control Center showing the trades for the day. Won that first one, lost the next 2. This one had 1 tick of slippage. This one had 2 ticks of slippage. So basically, just again, what that means is the price is just moving so fast through the either target or loss. Actually, these 2 had an extra tick of slippage on the loss. I lost an extra tick on these as well because there's 12 ticks of slippage. 5, yeah, those should have been 60. And these should have been 50. So every one of them had 11, 11, 12 ticks, 11. So I ended up with that 19 ticks net. Yeah, 19 ticks net for the day, which I'll take after commissions, which I had. It's a big go calculator there. 450 times 6 trades minus the 95. So only a $68 day, but considering I had 2 losses, I mean, not every days are going to be home runs, but this is just one of those things where I continue to do things the right way, slow and steady, know when to quit. I got 2 net wins, I quit. Had I lost this trade right here, I would have quit. I would have been down probably $130, $140 for the day, but I would have quit and cut my losses and know that that's not an everyday occurrence, and tomorrow will be a better day. But it didn't work out that way. I actually came out with a profitable day, and that's kind of what it's all about. So that's all for the day, and we'll see you tomorrow.